And now,
For something completely different.
it's time for
Da 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 da
the
da da da.
Alabast Oracle.
You must send me a link. Send link.
Send link.
My ship sails in the morning. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh. Thank you so much. Okay, boss, you can come back. We're done making bad jokes now.
Oh, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries. It's time for the Alabasta Oracle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read Alabast population reaches new heights.
Alrighty.
Just a few short years ago, Alavast has a little more than a series of Alavast was little more than a series of tents on a muddy hill and a tavern, which consisted of a plank set atop two adjacent stumps. As adventurous scholars and explorers have arrived, the city has grown in leaps and bounds, typically surging each spring as the weather turns and a new crop of immigrants arrives. There are no official numbers, as it is impossible to separate our permanent versus temporary residents, and adding to the complexity is the tent town question of whether or not to include residents immediately outside the walls and totals. Currently, even the most conservative estimates have Alavast at a record level of inhabitants. The influx of new arrivals has increased dramatically as word of opportunities in Alavast has reached other parts of the world. Some new arrivals started their journeys from places so remote that they set out well over a year ago and finally arrived after traveling long, circuitous routes or hitching rides on any available ship or caravan headed in Alavast's general direction. Also arriving are peoples seeking refuge from conflict in other parts of the world or simply new challenges and opportunities. The Avon clergy that monitors arrivals into the cities have estimated that at present time there are approximately 113,425 people residing within Alavast walls. The number was immediately called into question by some conservative Avon clergy members who argued that how people should be defined as well as the accuracy of classifying members of certain races as permanent residents as opposed to guest workers or non-resident aliens. It is natural. It is the nature of orcs or goblins and their ilk to love, rove, and wander. It's true. I can confirm that. Stated Irma L&M, guard captain of the Temple of Avon. Consider them residents is really inaccurate since their presence should be regarded as temporary. Alavast should focus on the quality, not the quantity, of its residents. Councilperson Zerth Ripjaw, member of the Special Committee on Immigration, differed in opinion. The Alavast pack grows. Game and territory are plentiful. New members arrive. Pups are born. The pack gets stronger. Alavast is not easy to get to. Even the simple ocean voyage from Decadia is dangerous. Those that come here are strong and motivated. I hope to see my own pack grow. Soon, Garagog, you've been married many moons already. When will you have grand pups? Mitzi Shkana, scribe for the council, estimated that one reason for Alavast reaching record numbers is not especially a good one. And usually Alavast has an ebb and flow to its population as people come in and settle in outlying areas, go adventuring, travel home with new profits, etc. But increased hostile activities by groups outside the city walls has actually driven people from the frontier back to the city. So in addition to the regular spring arrivals from overseas, we're seeing people returning from places like Labras village and others who don't feel safe on the frontier. But Shkana's numbers weren't entirely negative. One good sign is that with the Treaty of the Orcs up the channel, the area around Bolton Village is considered quite secure, and many displaced people are resettling there. That's actually really cool. I like the idea that that area of the valley, Bolton Village, and that area kind of the, I think, archipelago or the bay, like a bayed area. That area is going to get a lot of population now because it's right next to the ocean. So
definitely.
lots of fishing. So now that area is secure, essentially, now that area could flourish. So that might
went from a nice little fishing hamlet into now like a full-fledged town.
It's going to be growing. It's going to be growing. I'd be curious to see how much it grows in a year with Monty's markets.
Well, again, this newspaper is to be considered non-canon. We don't actually know if any of this is going to be implemented.
Non-canon, though.
Huh?
But my response is non-canon.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. I'll read a show unlike any other by Arulf Yanida. Hang on. Who's these?
Who's messaging you?
Oh no, I didn't sneeze. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Don't die, Connor.
Okay. I'll try not to explode.
Yeah, I was just going to say, don't blow up.
Gossip was rampant in Tent Town last week as several posters for a show unlike any other had suddenly cropped up as if overnight. Most citizens were immediately dismissive, but a few, such as myself, were intrigued enough to find the domed tent described on the poster. After paying 15 copper for admission, it seemed to be an average circus tent, except there were no jugglers, jesters, or acrobats. The only thing of note was a large iron cage in the center of the ring and a middle-aged human wearing a tall hat and a great red coat. Before too long, the man stepped forward to begin the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Phineas Denham, world-renowned traveler, tamer of mimics, and all-around gentleman. In my travels, I have seen many wondrous things. Giants as tall as a house, caves, riddled, undiscovered creepy crawlies, and I have even saw a knife-wielding crab once. But nothing compares to what I have in store for you today. From the distant Tatalon Island, a land of strange and exotic creatures, I discovered something truly remarkable. Something so unbelievable that it must be seen to be believed. What I'm about to show you could very well be the missing link between Kenku and reptiles. Behold, the beast of Tatalon. And with a grand gesture, Mr. Denham opened the cage and out walked a strange creature no bigger than a direwolf. It had the legs of a hawk, a jaw like a crocodile's, and was covered head to tail in green feathers. Most of the audience was immediately aghast. A few hecklers seemed unimpressed, though. They claimed that they've seen creatures like this before, and bigger, too. Mr. Denham's response was to show the beast performing various tricks. It bounced a ball on its nose, ran laps inside the ring with incredible speed, and could even solve basic math problems. I swear, I saw it with my own eyes. However, as the act came to a close and Mr. Denham attempted to herd the beast back into its cage, it seemed to resist. Mr. Denham grabbed his whip to assert dominance, but the beast suddenly lunged onto him, attacking with tooth and claw. Injured, Mr. Denham was then helpless to stop the beast from running out of the tent. Audience members and passer-bys were unsurprisingly alarmed by the ferocious beast and fled. The beast's attention quickly turned to a caravan carrying assorted meats. The caravan's owner attempted to defend his wares, only for the beast to focus on him instead. Fortunately, before the beast could make the kill, a tabaxi hunter appeared and wrestled the beast into submission. I talked with the tabaxi, who referred to himself as Buttons. He seemed unfazed by the incident. It was nothing. I used to hunt these beasts on Tatalon myself. Others keep them as pets. Believe me, there are far more dangerous beasts on Tatalon. Mr. Denham claimed that his next attraction would be bigger and grander, as he was being taken into custody. The Alabast Guard is currently looking into possibly returning the beast to Tatalon or finding someone who could take care of it in Alabast. Despite the minor disaster, many of the audience members will express a new interest in the creature and where it came from. While there are some resources that describe life on the island in Alabast, it may very well be true that Tatalon Island is a place that must be seen to be believed. And now we got some ads here.
Oh, man.
Seeing double? Get yourself checked out at the Romantian. Our expert staff may not be medical professionals, but they can give you a thorough examination. Exams can be multiple choice, skills-based, or oral.
Oh, I get it, because they're going to suck your dick.
Yeah, like a blowjob, right?
I get it.
Haha.
You want to do the lady?
You know what? We haven't heard your lady in a long time.
Oh, I mean, I
It's
guess.
been too long.
That's fine. That's fine. But you're,
Now-
you're like the lady. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you what. Why don't we switch off doing the lady?
Okay,
All
you go
right,
first.
I'll take the first letter, and you take the first lady.
Okay.
Okay. Dear lady, I have a group of friends who are adventurers. I love hearing about all their exploits, and truth be told, they bring some excitement into my otherwise boring life. Lately, their stories have been getting a lot more perilous and increasingly difficult to hear about all the dangers they face, how they narrowly escaped in all their death-defying tricks. Then they just head out again to something possibly even worse. I want to grab them by the shoulders and shake them and say, "Stay here, damn you! If you go out again, you will die!" Is there any way for me to let them know that I want them to be safe, but not make it seem like I'm trying to stifle them? Signed, Adventurer Adjacent.
Dear AA, I love you. There's an old saying from the Eastern Isles that says, if you love someone, let them go. If they come back to you, it's because you have an exclamation point over your head. Or something like that. It loses a bit in translation. Alavast is a city of adventurers with people coming and going and not always coming back. You aren't going to be able to change your friends. They are adventurers. It's what they do. But you can give them incentive to return safely by letting them know how you feel. Often the memory of someone waiting for them can give them that extra motivation to push through a tough situation.
Oh, man.
My man.
I'll be the lady for this one. Who wants to read the letter?
I will. Dear lady of Livlosia, my girlfriend is a real sweetheart. We've been together for years and are in the same adventuring company, and we're considering settling down after our last adventure. Problem is, she came into contact with an ancient artifact, and when the platypus constellation is in night sky, she is possessed by a being called Vorthrix the Inscrutable. The problem is that even though he is possessing my girlfriend's body, Vorthrix is also a real sweetheart. I got home pretty well on the trip back to the city, and we really hit it off. I love my girlfriend, but now when I think about having a Vorthrix exercise to the astral plane, it kind of hurts inside, like I'd be losing someone special. Like, what should I do? Signed, Soulmate. Oof, this is...
Dear soulmate, I love you! Finding the one person that can truly love is a wonderful thing. Not everyone has room in their heart for two great romantic loves, but some manage. First off, is your girlfriend aware of your relationship with Vorthrix? You need to be honest with her. Otherwise, you are abusing her trust in you. Talking to her and getting her feelings on the matter is your number one priority. It is her body Vorthrix is borrowing after all. Her body, her rules. If she is aware and consenting to sharing her body as well as your affection, then explore the new relationship. Otherwise, you may need to consider other alternatives. This is a lot to handle all at once. Let me know how things go after you talk to your girlfriend about Vorthrix.
That's healthy.
Man, oh man, she's possessed.
Dear lady, I'll read that one for you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Dear lady, I've been seeing an elf woman for several months now, and I was thinking things were going pretty good. Then one day I started talking to some guy in the park, and even gave him a kiss before they parted ways. She says that was her son. This floored me. Turns out she's about 400 years old. I thought she was about my age. I'm 23, so I'm a little weirded out by the whole thing. I mean, she's old. She's got a kid who's like 150 or something. And who knows how many people she's been with. I was really into her, but now I'm not so sure. Signed, Simple Man.
Do you want this one, Connor?
Sure. Dear Simple Man, I love you. Because I love you, I'm going to be honest. Your attitude and outlook are not healthy or conducive to a good relationship. We are all a product of our past experiences. If you cannot accept someone's past, good or bad, then you cannot give them the love and respect they deserve. What does it matter how old this woman was? What does it matter if she has an adult child, or several, or how many partners she's had? What matters is who she is now. She may be proud of what she's done in the past centuries, or have moments of shame. Either way, learning about who she is and accepting it is a prerequisite to forming a healthy, loving relationship. If you can't manage that, then you are doomed to shallow relationships.
Damn.
Damn, the
Got 'em.
lady throwing down some knowledge here.
Right. By the way, don't scroll too far because I want that poster right there that is looking for help. Ahem. We want you to fly our Griffins. Alavast is looking for bright, smart, and brave men and women to help take to the skies and to help protect this great city and this great continent. Tryouts will be held next weekend just outside of Town. Please fill out a consent form at your local guard shack and bring it with you. Lunch will be provided. This ad brought to you by Sir Ralph Barton, whose resemblance to an actual bird person living or dead, but is actually politically coincidental.
Great voiceover. Great voiceover.
Is there anything anybody else wanted to read?
Oracle reaches milestone. The Alavast Oracle, the city's second most popular newspaper, reaches a landmark when a routine check of accounts revealed that it has currently had 500 subscribers. To get perspective on this landmark, we contacted Huxtable Shelford, founder and former editor of the Alavast Oracle, for his thoughts. Each subscriber is someone who actually intentionally and purposely gets the paper, as opposed to receiving it when it's wrapped around a fish or being used to line a pygmy griffin cage, exclaimed Shelford. I have never been quite sure exactly how this place stays afloat, since I was pretty sure nobody actually read the rag. The whole thing was a tax dodge anyway, so that I could show a loss on the books and write it off for massive deduction. Shelford went on to say that he thought it was the recipe for the Oracle's success. You see, kids love the crossword puzzles, and even though I think it's garbage, they go nuts over the Eastern Isles number puzzles. So yeah, it's got to be the games. Those and the occasional bit of ooh la la in the adverts from the Romantian, if you know what I mean. When asked about the popular columnists, the featured writers such as Gregor or the Lady of Livrosia contributing to the paper's success, Huxtable was dismissive. I think the bigger story from that Northlander will be his obituary when we finally is done in by one of his harebrained hunting expeditions. As for the lady, that's for the broads and soft types. I don't need that crap. If I get sad or stressed, you just grab another cigar, have another shot of whiskey. Quit bothering me. You need to return to my underground bunker and do a sending stone broadcast about how the bullywugs are putting hallucinogens in our drinking water.
They're turning the fucking tieflings gay.
Too late. Just all these male tieflings just making out.
I know I will punch you in the nose.
Hey, you get right here. You get back here, coward. I'm
Come on
coming.
I'm coming. Get over here.
You guys keep.
You're an intellectual dumbass.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
All right. Well, I think that'll be it for the evening. Credits for the Alavast Oracle go to at Froggy's mom, at Scalfar, at Jim the Rabbit Cow, at Paulsuit 47, at Redwing New 52, at August Christopher, at Alcoholic, and at Fenrir Lives. Lovely,
Awesome.
lovely edition of the Alavast
Froggy's
Oracle.
mom has got it going on. She's all I want. She's all that I need. No? All right.
Don't say
you.
anything. He needs to learn.